Well, I'm back over my metal building today, and it's beginning to get a little bit warmer here, and the inside the building is getting a little warmer, so I want to put some spray foam in these corners while it's warm. I think it has to be 60 degrees or above. So all these corners over here, I'm going to put some in. I may put some in around the windows as well, and around these studs. And I'm doing the corners first with just a little spray can, because I'm going to come in and try to spray foam this whole side all the way around here and over here. But it's got to get warmer for me to be able to do that. But it's warm enough for me to do this part. So I'm just going to take one of these little foam sprays, and wherever it's got this, you see the light coming through here, I'm going to put some spray foam in there, and I'll put some on this side as well, all the way up as far as I can reach. All right, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll get back with you when I get that done. All right, I used 2 cans. Now I know how far a can would go. I got all of that done all the way to the top, and then I had a little bit left over. I put some in around that baseboard right here, and just a little bit, but then I came over and I put it around the window on both sides, and got that sealed up. That's the starter. And so I ran out, and I got my other can. I only had 2 cans. I think I said that. And I came over and I started on this over here, and I got all the way to the top. And then I had, I worked on this door jamb, and I think I got most of it. And then I came over on this side of the door jamb, and I got from here almost to the bottom, and I ran out. Then from the other can, I had just a little bit before, and I sprayed right here on the window. So I'm saying that if I get probably 4 cans, I can finish spraying around the windows and the little joints where the siding is on the metal pole beams, and get that all sealed up, and then I can spray foam all this, and at least I got the deep parts. I may even buy a few more, just go ahead and run it across the base down here. Let that assume some of the gaps, and it's not too bad. Excuse me, I see an air spot over there, piece of daylight. And so I can buy just probably, I don't know, 5 cans and get all of this kind of sealed up, excuse me, and getting ready for the spray foam that I'm going to put in. I'm waiting for I got to have some really good weather for that, because it's between 60 degrees and 93 degrees, I believe that needs to be. So at least I can get that done. I think what I'm going to start working on now, I've got my meter base and my panel, and I want to put it in here, and I think I'm going to raise this door and see about where I can put this panel. I think I want it right in here, because right here is, I've got 2 pipes that I put in underneath the ground right here, and that's for to let, when I get my water in here or cable. So I think I'm going to raise the door, unbox this meter base, and see about where that's going to fit in comparison with my service panel, and kind of get an idea about what I'm going to do with that. Well, I'm back. It's been a few days since I was over here spraying foam, and going to turn off another cold spell. So I went down and got some more cans of spray that I'm going to finish spraying around the windows and any places I didn't get around the door. And then I'm going to start spraying on these metal beams around the wall. I may go all the way to the top. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go at least above these boards that I have put up here, because that's going to be the top of the room. It's going to be that's going to be 8 foot. So I may go probably 10 feet up and spray in those cavities to fill those in. Okay, I took those 6 cans and I was able to do everything from almost about 12 feet up. Each one of those support poles, I was able to get in between those crevices, get around the windows, get around the base, all the way around, and got up to 12 feet on the single poles. In corners I always got to the top already. But I was able to get around the windows and sit around that and get around the door. And then I had about a can and a half left, and so I was able to get in around my roll-up doors. I got around that door and around that door and a partial, probably a fourth of the way down on this side. So I'm going to do this all the way around the entire side. I'm working on my building today. I'm going to do something I have never done before. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And that is a 2-part foam kit that I'm going to spray the walls up. This side right here, I'm going to do about 4 feet. Over here, it's from floor up to about, I guess, about 10 to 12 feet, all the way around the building. I'll go as far as it can go, then I'll switch tanks. According to the instructions, when you turn it on, you're supposed to spray it into like a garbage can, get the air out of it, et cetera, before you start using it. And so I've got everything set up. I have not opened the valves on the tanks yet. I'm fixing to do that. And then I'll start spraying. Like I said, I've never done this before, and I don't have a clue about what I'm doing. And so you get to see me mess up or get lucky. I don't know. So let me get this valve open and see if I can get this sprayer started. It's supposed to be 600 square feet per pit, and I'm going to get that out of it probably. Okay, well, I got the kit ready to be open up the valves and air it out and continue spraying. Man, you can feel the heat coming off of that foam. Okay, it's the next morning, and I thought I'd come over and see what was. It dried pretty quick, I think. It dries within a couple hours. So I got that all foamed up. I missed a big spot over there for some reason. I missed a spot on that corner, but I'll fix that. And so I think I'm ready to go to the next phase. And so I'm going to clean a lot of this excess off, especially right in here. And I might clean up around the floor. Don't have too bad spill. A lot of this stuff is behind the wall, but like that right there, I got to get cleaned up. But anyway, I'm glad to get this part done. I'm going to get started on cleaning this up. Okay, so I got everything scraped off the boards, the 2x. I'm going to put a 4x8 piece of plywood up here to help attach the wires instead of running into the metal for secure. And got little piles. I didn't clean up everything. I need to get my broom and dustpan to get up all of this little excess. But I've cleaned off all of the boards that I'm going to be attaching my wall to, so they'll be ready. Don't have to clean them later. Got a bunch of stuff in the floor that I've got to get up. But overall, it's sealed it up pretty good. I still remember I got to fix those. So what we're going to do right now is attach some boards to bring the plywood off, because I intentionally reset this back just a little bit so that it would, so I put my other 2x4 up here and it would be outside that frame for that piece of 4x8 plywood back here. I'm going to put up here. All right, so I'm going to attach these boards. I'm going to put one right in here, and I'm going to put one right here and one right there. I'm not going to do this right in here right now. No, I'm going to have to either cut a hole probably right in here on this one. Anyway, so let's put these boards up real quick. Okay, so I'm going to leave these off for right now. Okay.